Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know who it is. It is your Tokyo Godfather here, the pontiff of Japanese whiskey, Mr. Mark Antimate. Before we go ahead and get into today's video, you guys know what I have to do. I got to put in the plugs for my books. So, without further ado, we have The Ideal Bartender by Mr. Tom Bullock in both paperback format and hardcover. And to go along with it, you're going to need this one, Julian's Recipes, the Centennial Edition by Mr. Julian Anderson. This one is also in paperback format and hardcover. Both of these fine books have additional writing from yours truly. I got color photographs inside of there, reviews, all kinds of stuff. So these are the things that you guys need to get you started on your cocktail making journey. Today, specifically, we're going to be making a cocktail out of this book, Julian's Recipes. Now, if I have to say between the two guys, they both are masters of their craft. Tom Bullock was the first African-American to publish a mixology cocktail book, and it was followed by Julian Anderson's book just only 2 years later. So they are not far apart in terms of time. They are contemporaries of one another. But if I could say that for my palate specifically, it might not be for you, but for my palate specifically, I could say even though Julian Anderson's book has far fewer recipes inside of it, the recipes that he does have seem to be more suited for my palate than Tom's recipes, and he has more abundance of recipes included inside of his book. So if you need more, if you need to know how to make different things, a wide array of different things, get Tom's book. But if you just want to know how to make select things but very good, you need quality over quantity and just right on the money, get Julian's book. So yeah, out of this one, we are making, or as you can see, I've already made the Manhattan. This is arguably the most popular whiskey cocktail that one can order inside of a bar. This, along with the Old Fashioned, is debatable which one is more popular. My palate is more suitable to one over the other, but I'm not going to talk about that comparison inside of this video, as I'm really trying to milk these videos, obviously. So I want to save that for my head-to-head comparison to say which one I like more. But to say the very least, I love them. I love them both, absolutely. 100s on both. But yeah, so depending on when you watch this video, there will either be a video before or after it where you could see my review over Julian's take on the Old Fashioned, which is a 100-year-old recipe, as is this one. I'm not sure how the new guys make it today, but I make it the way that these guys did over 100 years ago. And that's my preferential style. It's what I know how to do. And it's what I enjoy, so I'm going to continue to do it this way. Keep the old craft alive. Not going to reinvent the wheel. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. It ain't broken. So, this is how you make this one. Obviously, we're not going to do this live, but I'm just going to talk about it. First thing you need to do, you take a mixing glass. You're going to fill half of it up with ice. And you are going to put 2 dashes of orange bitters. There's different companies that you can buy bitters from, but I like the Angostura bitters the best. Angostura has regular bitters, which is their most popular bitters, and then they have the orange bitters. I have both of them, but for this recipe specifically, you just need the orange bitters. So 2 dashes of this, and a dash means a generous pour. You know, when you put it upside down, you got to shake it 2 times good, like boom, boom. That's 2 good dashes. What else do we got? 1 jigger of bourbon whiskey. As I use the Maker's Mark stave profile number 46 inside of my old fashioned, I decided I'm going to use it again inside of this one just to keep things on an equal level playing field, even though that this is not a comparison with the old fashioned video that I've done. We will get to that, but you know, I do want to keep things same across the board as much as I can. So these are already 2 components that are found in both of these drinks. Next up is a 1/4 jigger of Italian vermouth. Now, if you don't actually have a 1/4 of a jigger inside of here, or if you don't know how to measure it, because I don't have the measurement for a 1/4 jigger, if you were to flip this upside down to the pony side, you can get 10 milliliters out of here, which is equivalent to 1/4 of the jigger. That's what I want to say. So I have a line inside of the pony side. The line goes across and it says 10 milliliters. I fill it up to there, and there you go. You're good to go on that. So where was I at? That's 1/4, a 1/4 of Italian vermouth. Make sure not to get this mixed up with anything else. I use the Martini brand Rosso for my Italian vermouth. There's that. And it says a little syrup if necessary. No, a little syrup if desired. And since it says if desired, I decided to go ahead and throw in this grenadine syrup, just a little bit of it. A 1/4 of this from the pony side, which is 10 milliliters for some sweetness. You stir it and you strain it into the cocktail glass, and you drop a cherry in, which I have not done. And we had a cherry inside of the previous drink as well. But let's go ahead and put it inside of here too. Man, these cherries are expensive. This little box right here in Japan cost me 600 Japanese yen, which is about $5.50. Yeah, I don't want to tilt it to the side. I'm trying to get this thing to close properly. I got cherries falling out all over the place. There we go. That little box right there. $5.50. So let's go ahead and drop this in. Boom. And let's have a sip of this. Very nice. Very sweet. With that Italian vermouth inside of here, it does make it a lot more bitter. If you're one to appreciate a little bit of bitterness inside of your cocktail, of course you're going to appreciate that Italian vermouth. But if you're not one for a bitter flavor, I mean, it's mildly bitter, but even if you don't want that, then well, I guess you're really just going to have to stay away from this drink. But overall, it's a pretty good sipper. This one is definitely a lot stronger than the old fashioned, because the old fashioned is just whiskey only with a little bit of water. But this one right here, the Manhattan, has the 1 jigger of whiskey followed by a 1/4 of vermouth. So, you know, you got some additional strength on top of that. Makes it very strong. All in all, this is a very good drink. Sip it slow, because if you drink it too fast, trust me, you will be messed up. I respect the drink and it respects me. You know, it'll take care of you as long as you're responsible. As long as you're a responsible drinker. Anyways, I thank you guys for tuning in to this video of me talking about the Manhattan cocktail. Let me go to my tasting notes inside the book real quick. See if there's anything inside of here that I want to say. I wrote, if this were jazz music, this is what you would refer to as a standard today. A competitor to the old fashioned, it's a true classic that has withstood the test of time and is still popular 100 years later. It comes together with a trio of complementary ingredients that brings out a bold richness of fruit flavor. Great drink, great drink. Anyways, gentlemen, I thank you all for watching. Salute to wherever you may be out in the world. Make sure that you guys click the like, subscribe, and all that stuff and whatever. And I will see you guys in the next one. And until next time, keep it classy.